Hello, I'm Chris Thomas with G7 Optics, and today I'm going to teach you how to program our G7 BR2 Rangefinder. Now the rangefinder will hold up to 5 unique ballistic profiles, so we're going to enter the data to create a profile for the Gunwerks 7 LRM. First, power up the unit by pressing the fire button to enter ready mode. Then press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds. Profile select will appear briefly, followed by the active profile. From the factory, the default is range only mode. Use the forward or back arrow buttons to scroll through the profiles and press fire to select a profile for programming. In this example, we're going to select profile number 1. Now we can use the forward and back arrow buttons to scroll through the settings, beginning with the profile description, which can be up to 8 alphanumeric characters, along with a period, hyphen, or space. We're going to name this profile 7LRM-168, since I'm setting this up for my 7mm long-range Magnum cartridge, and my favorite load is based on a 168 grain bullet. The blinking cursor indicates the active character for editing. Press the forward or back arrow buttons to scroll through the characters and stop when you see the desired value. Then press the fire button to advance to the next character. Once you've entered your description, press the mode button to save your entry and return to the profile programming menu. Now press the forward button to see the next setting, which is range units. This setting cannot be changed. So let's move on to drop units. This determines how your drop correction will be displayed. You can arrow through to see the various choices. Our rifle scope has a calibrated bullet drop compensating dial, so we'll select BDC by pressing mode to save and return to the programming menu. From here, we're going to enter the BDC's calibration data. Press the forward button, where we'll select the drag standard for the ballistic coefficient of our bullet by pressing the fire button. Our BC is based on the G1 model. Scroll to G1 using the forward or back button and press mode to save and return to the programming menu. Next, forward arrow to BC. Here we'll enter our ballistic coefficient, which is 0.618. Press fire to edit this setting. The first digit will begin flashing. Arrow through each number and press fire to advance to the next digit. Once you've finished entering the BC, hit mode button to return to the programming menu. Next, press the forward arrow button to scroll to muzzle velocity. Press fire and edit the values using the arrow buttons. Press fire to advance, and again, press mode to save and return to the programming menu. Next is sight height. Ours is 1.8 inches, so we'll enter that just like the other settings. Press fire to edit, arrow to change values, fire to advance, and mode to save and return to the programming menu. Now let's enter the BDC's calibration temperature, which is 30 degrees. Fire to select, arrow to change values, fire to advance, and mode to save. Press the forward arrow button again to enter the BDC's altitude of 5,000 feet. Just like previous settings, edit by pressing fire, use the forward and back buttons to scroll through the values, fire to advance, and mode to save and return to the programming menu. Now it's important to note that if you selected MOA, milliradian, or inches for the drop units, you will not see or need to enter these values. Finally, forward arrow to the zero range, where we'll enter our 200-yard zero. And once again, fire to edit, arrow for values, fire to advance, and mode to save. Now here is perhaps the most important part. Save your work. Press the forward or back button to scroll until you see save and exit. Press fire. Please wait will be displayed for 14 seconds while the profile is saved and loaded. Then you'll go immediately to the ready mode, ready to take a measurement. Don't forget to check out more of our how-to videos on the G7 BR2 Rangefinder, or visit our website at g7.com. I'm Chris Thomas with G7 Optics, built for the first shot.